Hi guys, thank you so much for watching me. I'm Dr. Lynda Cramer. Today is a video about crystals. Now, it is a development class, so if you do go to get a development class on crystals from someone, you will pay. So if you wish to help me support my channel, contribute towards me updating my equipment, etc., my PayPal link is below. Also, this is a development class, so please share, like, and send this out to your friends and family if you think they need to hear this stuff as well. Okay, so what are crystals? Firstly, I'm not a scientist, I'm a psychic medium. I don't know the genetic makeup of crystals and how they are formed in the Earth's crust. Okay, all I know is that these gorgeous things are found underground, and they mine them out and they sell them in shops, in crystal shops. You get them everywhere. You can even get them in rings and other jewelry. They make orbs out of it. So here's a crystal ball that I've got here just behind me. So what are crystals? Firstly, they are a natural being. Now, I say being because as a psychic medium, one of my abilities is that I talk with crystals. I hear them. So they don't have ears, eyes, noses, etc. So how do they have the vocal capacity to talk to me? They simply don't. They talk telepathically. So I'm going to tell a story about my rock that I call Rocky first before we go into this, because I need you to trust what I'm saying today. I woke up after having this dream where this rock was saying, come and buy me. I had to drive down to the Gold Coast, which is about an hour's drive away. So I rang a friend who lives half an hour north of me. I had to go south to this place. The Gold Coast is south. So I rang my friend who's north of me and I said, what are you doing today? I've got to go down the coast. She said, where are you going? I said, I don't know. All I know is that I'm going to get a message of where I've got to go and I need $300. She thought, wow, something's going on. She was at my house within 45 minutes. So it's a half-hour drive. So she got straight to my house. We're in the car driving down to the Gold Coast, south of here. She says, where are we going? And I said, I don't know. We'll get a sign when we get down there. And she trusted it. So, and I said, I've got to go to a service station and use the ATM to get out $300. So we stopped, we got some food, got some petrol, and I took out $300 because I needed it that day. Don't know why, just trusted the plan. So we went down the Gold Coast, and as we entered Broadbeach, there's a huge sign on the side of the road. Wow, psychic convention today. Starts at 9 o'clock. We looked at our time and it was 10 to 9. So by the time that we got over to the convention centre, it was 9 o'clock when it was starting. Ironic? No, it was all planned. Remember? There was no coincidences here. So we went inside. I had my $300 in my wallet and I had this urge, like a magnet was pulling me. So I followed this magnetic pull and there was rows and rows of stall holders in this convention, rows and rows of them. And when I get to this one particular aisle, oops, the magnetic field changed. And now I'm getting pulled down this aisle. So I go down until the magnetic pull stopped. And I looked at this lady at her table about 3/4 of the way down the aisle. And on her table, she had this guy. This is a rose quartz. And guess what his price tag was? Underneath. It's still there. The tag's still there. It said $300. So I'm looking at this crystal and I asked her if I could pick it up and she said yes. And I'm touching him and I'm feeling him. And I thought, this isn't the one, but this is the one. And she's looking at me and she said, do you like the crystal? Are you going to take it? And as soon as she said, are you going to take it? I had the knowing of a psychic. I said, yes. I am going to take this one today, but this one's part of a 3 crystal set and the other 2 are in a box under your table and I'm going to take all 3 today. And she looks at me and she went, how do you know that there's 3 in the set? And I said, not only do I know that there's 3 in the set, you actually went to Brazil and you bought these as a 3-person set, 3 crystal set, and you brought them back to Australia. She looked at me and went, okay. So she leans down, pulls out this box. So I'm already holding this one. The next one that she pulls out is this one. This one is fossilized. Now, if I bring him in closer, you can see the grass inside the crystal. There's grass in there. See the grass? There's grasses. And down in the bottom, this is all mud that's been fused into the crystal, and there's more grass in there. So this is an amazing one. Look at the grass inside the crystal that's been fossilized when the crystal was being formed. So I love this one. He's a little bit thin for me, so he's very fragile, so I do look after this one. But what an amazing one with the rock and the crystals, and there's even a little bug in there too. So she pulls this one out, and I said, wow, I love that one. Oh, because it's crystal, it's got the fossilization in it. I'm definitely taking that one. And then she pulls out this one. Now, as soon as she pulls out this one, this is a rose quartz. I'm sorry, this is just a normal quartz. This one started talking to me, and it was all here. And he was saying, take me home, 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 take me home. Over and over and over and over again. And I thought, wow, how much do I have to go and get out the ATM? Because this one here was $300. So I don't want to tell you how much I paid for the 3 in the set, but I got this one. And this one's a show pony, by the way. I got this one. Now, this one is good to look at because he's got the fossils in it. And then I also got Rocky. So I brought them home. She wrapped them up. I paid. I went back outside. There was an ATM. I paid for them all. And I brought them all home. So I started doing development classes at my old house. I had a meetup group, meetup.org, if you want to go and find local groups near you. So I used to have this meetup group. It was called Southside Psychics. So one night I'm doing a development class. And Rocky, who I call Rocky, I had him sitting in my glass singing bowl. And there was, my old table was an 8-seater with 2 chairs on each side. So it was 4 there and 4 there, 2, 2 and 2, 2. So I'm sitting here and there's a guy opposite me. And he says, no, this lady first, she says, oh my God, does your rock ever shut up? And I said, tell me verbatim, like a quote, what are you hearing? And she says, oh, do you mind if I touch it? And I said, no, you can't touch Rocky. Only I touch Rocky. Okay, only I touch this rock because he's my energy rock. She said, well, this rock, I can hear it. And I said, well, what's it saying? And she said, it's saying, oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful for being in this house. Thank you for allowing me to use you. And I said, shut up. You're not hearing Rocky. That's not him. And then this guy sitting at the table, he said, actually, I'm hearing your rock. And I said, tell me what it's saying. And he said, wet me, 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 wet me. And I said, thank God you can hear Rocky. Rocky screams at me. He wakes me up at night if he gets dry. So one of the things I have for my crystals, which I'm going to teach you soon, is the water bottle. So I spray him with my water so he's energized. Okay, so now you'll see that there's all water droplets all over him. Oh, you're happy now, aren't you? Oh my God. And now the energy around this rock has just changed. So I'm just going to put him here on my piece of paper so he doesn't wet everything. Okay, so there's an example of how crystals talk to us. It woke me up. It made me drive all the way down to the Gold Coast. And not only did I buy it because I trusted it, but I use that rock when I'm doing my energy work. And he sits in my singing bowl. So when I do my singing bowl and I put water into the bowl, oh my God, it magnifies the energy coming out of it. And it's just like, whoa. Okay. So Rocky talks. Other people in my house have seen Rocky talk. Now, one night I had Rocky in his singing bowl And see how he's a crystal. He's just a quartz crystal, so he's like a off-white colour. One night in the bowl, I had 6 people. We were standing around my singing bowl, and we were all doing the singing bowl and doing the ohms. This thing changed to purple. The whole crystal went like a deep amethyst colour, and even the water changed to purple. All 6 of us saw that happen. So this is a very powerful rock. Nobody touches Rocky, only me, because he called me out to go and buy him. So now, how do we buy crystals? If you're fortunate and you hear them wake you up and they tell you to come and buy them, damn, thank you so much for being on that level. But most people have to actually decide which crystal they want. So whenever I choose crystals, I'm going to tell you how I do this. When I go into a crystal shop, and believe me, they all talk to me, pick me, pick me, pick me, take me home, take me home, take me home. And it's like, oh, I'm inundated. It's like walking into an orphanage of 3-year-olds that all want to be adopted. Oh my gosh. So whenever I walk into a crystal shop, I don't look at the colour, and I don't look at the size or the shape of crystals. I close my eyes. I close my eyes and I have an intention, and that intention usually is which crystal in this shop wants to come home with me to be used with me for things like protection, love, calmness, sleep. So we assign a job to our crystals, and then we ask the one who wants to do the job to come home with us. So I've got crystals that are just so tiny, but they are so powerful. They live outside in my living room, and I hear them at night just buzzing. And I go outside and I think, what's that noise? And it's a crystal sitting on my table outside. Because they are conscious entities. Just because they don't have ears, eyes, noses, etc., they still communicate telepathically. Okay, so how do we buy our crystals? Don't go in and say, oh wow, I want to buy this one because it's just so nice with all its fossils through it. Yeah, well, I brought it home because of that, because this one's a show pony like the other one I've got. Okay, here's the show pony. This one's got no energy about it at all. This one just looks good, and it likes to feel good. Thank you very much. So he sits out, or she, because this one's a girl, she sits out on my grandmother's table that I've got. And yeah, people look at her and go, wow, I love her. But I think, yeah, a distraction from the real crystal in the room, which is Rocky. Don't touch that one. Okay, so how do we buy them? Now, I always say to people, go out and get yourself a really good crystal book. This one's called the Crystal Bible, and it's through Judy Hall. I recommend this one. I do not make money off the sale of this. I'm not affiliated, and I certainly don't get commission from these sales, okay? But this is a really good book if you're looking to get crystal identification, etc. Because each crystal in there, let me just go to one, Smithsonite. It shows you what it looks like. It tells you everything about it, and it has all these things like for healing, position, so that's like feng shui, specific colours, blue, and what each of the colours represent and what to do with it. Okay, so here's one for emerald. So it's not funny, it just opened at emerald. So it tells you everything about emerald stones, okay, and what they can look like, all the different coloured ones. So there's a purple emerald, okay. We've got the yellow one, we've got the blue one, the blue emerald, okay. So it's all the different ways of using and having crystal care, how to look after your crystals, okay. Now, I generally say, well, I'm going to get into how to use them in a minute, but when we buy our crystals, obviously we've got to look after them. Most crystals like water and salt, but generally, now this is only generalized, so please get a copy of the book so you know whether you do this or not. Most crystals ending in ite, I-T-E, stagnites, okay? all those ones do not like water or salt, okay? Okay, so you've got to be aware of which ones don't like water, okay? Yeah, so please be aware of what you use, okay, and how to cleanse them. I always say, is it all right to put, if you've got one, let me just open up the book to any, okay, moldavite. Is it safe to put moldavite into water? And Google will tell you, okay? So there you go. So I love this book. I live by this book. I've read it back and forth. You can see how old it is because I like reading it at night and just flicking through all the nice pictures in there. Okay, so it's got all this. Oh, I'll just show it the back. It shows you all about crystals in the zodiac. Okay, what's the good crystals for Pisces? It has things like the biometric sheath, which crystals to place where on our chakras. So it's got all this wealth of information in there. Okay. Crystal correspondences, there's heaps of information in this book. It's a crystal Bible. I live by it. Okay, so the first question was how to buy. Don't just walk into a shop and say, I want that one because it looks pretty. Close your eyes and have that intention of what you want to use it for. So just say you need a crystal to sleep or to keep you calm. We all need a crystal to keep us calm at this point. So you walk into your crystal shop and you say, I'm just putting it out there to any crystal. Which one wants to come home and help me to stay calm? And you'll hear it here. Or you'll feel like a magnetic pull. Or you just know which way to go. And if you don't get those initially, walk down the rows of crystals, hover your hand over them and ask them, who here wants to come home and keep me at peace? Who here wants to keep me calm? So you may have 20 crystals in front of you. And I say it like this, put crystals out in front of you and hover your hand over them and ask. Now we're just using the example today of we need a crystal to keep us calm, but it may be I need a crystal for luck, I may need one for protection, I need one for sleep, I need one to keep me healthy, I need one for any reason, right? But we're just using to stay calm today. So when you put your hands over it, keep your hands steady so you can feel a change. It may be a temperature change. It gets hotter or colder. You may feel a little zap of electricity. You may feel like you're getting gravities pulling you down towards the crystal, like a magnetic pull. So there's all these different ways of feeling the connection to the crystal, okay? So then when you feel like that's the one, and you think, are you the one? Pick it up and hold it. And you talk to it on your inside voice because they can hear this. I've proven this so many times. Crystals can hear us. You talk to it and you say things in your inside voice like, do you want to come home and be my calming crystal? Please let me know if you want to come home with me today. You may feel it move. You may feel the heat coming out of it. You may hear what it says. So there's all these different ways of doing psychic abilities, and we've got to find our own way of doing them, okay? Once you know your way, because I hear it here, so once we know the way of getting our information, remember it, because that's going to be your how-to card of being a psychic. So Rocky, let me just have a drink of water. Rocky called me out. I didn't even know that he existed. I had to go all the way down the coast for him. Thank God, because he works with me now and he's very intuitive. It doesn't matter about the size. This girl here on my hand, oh my God, the story with that one. Okay, I'll tell you. I went up to my friend's place. She lived up at about 2 hours drive north of me, and she said, let's go down to the markets. And as we're walking around the markets, I saw some ruby rings. This is ruby crystal, by the way. So I saw some and I went, wow, they're really pretty. And I got told, I heard it, clear as day, don't do it, don't buy it, don't buy it. So then my friend smoked, so we went across the road to a smoking place where we could legally smoke. And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden I got it instantly, psychically. I had to walk up this hill, and I said, there's a crystal shop up this street. I haven't been there before. It's 2 miles, two-hour drive north of me. I said, there's a crystal shop. I've got to go up there and buy a ring. And then my friend said, what? So we walk up this hill. Walking up this hill. I said, yeah, there's a crystal shop. We've got to keep walking. Sure enough, right at the top of the hill is a crystal shop. I walked straight in past all these rows and rows of crystals. Didn't even look at them. I went straight to the counter, looked down, and here's this ring. It was right there calling me. I was tuned into it. I was honed in on it. It was like a Air Force Army jet tracking an object where I was I had it on my radar and it was just there. So you may get that feeling too, where you just know where you've got to walk to. So I walked straight up to it and I said to the lady, can I try it on? She said, yeah, and I knew the finger it was going on. So I put it straight on and it fitted like a glove. It doesn't even move. And I said, that's the one I'm getting today. So my friend bought it for me. Thank you so much, Sue. But I haven't taken it off. Well, I take it off when I wash my hands, and I take it off when I have showers and wash my hair, etc. But this guy stays on me all the time. There's days when I can wake up from a night and I'll go outside and start doing my breakfast and stuff, and I think, oh, where's my ring? And I don't even feel it's on there because it's so connected to my body. Okay? So that's what we get with crystals. We get connected. So when you buy a crystal, buy the ones that you're energetically connected to. Okay? So now that we've covered how to buy them, how do we use them? And the big word here that I'm going to say today is trust. Trust that these crystals are going to work in our favour. They've got no ill feelings. They don't hold on to grudges, regrets or pain. They're not jealous. So this crystal doesn't get jealous if I go and spend time with my other crystals, right? Please giggle at that. Oh my God, I'll be in so much trouble. I've got so many crystals at this house. Oh my gosh, I love you. You're the one, okay? Oh my God. Okay, but seriously, they're energy beings. They work when we want them to. Okay, so if you want to use them for healing, ask your crystal, are you a healing crystal? Do you want to help me when I do my chakras? So I'm just going to do it because this is a big rock. Imagine if you wanted some help with your crown chakra, okay, to release all the energy coming out of you. How do you do it even better? You put a crystal on your head. So you put your crystal on your head. This is quite heavy, by the way, so I'm just going to hold in there. And you draw out all the energy and you allow your crystal to pull out all the negativity around you. Now, Rocky likes being wet, so guess where I like having him? In the shower with me. So you take him into the shower with you if you've got one that likes being wet, okay? They like having water on them. Gorgeous rock. Oh, my God. And you ask them to help you clean off negative energy, okay? If you've got a crystal that you want to use for sleeping, put it under your pillow at night and you talk to it and say, I wish to go to sleep. Please allow me. So you're visualizing that crystal that you've got under your pillow or under your bed. If it's a big one, you may have a little cage of crystals under your bed, right? I don't care. I'm not going to judge what you do. But at the end of the day, you talk to it and you say, please allow your energy to work through me to eliminate all this stress, pain, hurt, whatever, and allow me to sleep tonight. Okay? Please take away my anxieties. Please take away this awake feeling that I've got. Please make me drowsy. Help me to achieve it. Okay? So you talk to your crystals. This is how we use crystals to our advantage. We use them like an extra, it's like an extra sensory, intuitive being that we've got. It's almost like her, where I rely on her, my lady, who talks to me all the time. It's almost like having her beside you all the time as your, it's your Robin to Batman. Okay? It's your sidekick. So you get your crystal that's your sidekick. This is my sidekick. Okay? He stands beside me when I do healings, and he works through me and he energizes me. Okay? So then what else do I do with Rocky? And I just did it. Who saw what I just did? When we clap, now I want you to research this because this is great. When we clap, we're actually creating energy. So when you've got your crystal and you wet it, so I'm just going to do this again. Wet my crystal. So I'm just going to put it here on the table in front of me, which you can't see now because it's just here. But we clap over it. And I've got water all over my hands, right? So you clap. And what we're doing is we're creating a frequency. Why do you think they clap at rock concerts, at opera concerts and all that sort of stuff? You clap because we're creating an energy around it. And look how happy those all people get. They're all lifted up. So the more we clap around our crystals, the more the energy inside the crystal is becoming electrified, and it works through us. So what do you think happens when I put Rocky on my pineal gland? So I've just put Rocky on my pineal gland. Oh my God, that's all water on there as well, because that's what we really want. We want the water as well. So you put the water with your crystal on your pineal gland. Wow. Try it yourself. So, how do we buy crystals? Don't just buy the ones that you look good. Well, you can, but the ones that you want to use, go and get the ones that really do want to take up that job. Do crystals have free will? I believe they do, because they have a consciousness. So does that then mean that they have a soul? I don't believe that a crystal has a soul. I believe that it actually is just connected to the conscious energy of the universe. And if you listen to universal law, universal law 7 or 6, which is the law of attraction, universal law 1 says everything is one, everything is connected. So these guys have energy, consciousness. Go out and utilize it. Only use it for good. Please don't do it for bad reasons or intentions, because you're just getting karma coming back. And we really don't want to do a video about karma, but I think I'm going to have to do a video about karma, right? Use them to your advantage of obtaining things like health, prosperity, success. And most of all, do it for other people. This is why whenever I'm about to do a reading, I'll hold on to Rocky, wet him because he likes being wet, and I talk to him and say, please allow me today to tap into this person I'm doing a reading for, so that they get the best answers that they deserve today. So I don't make it about me. I make it about other people whenever I'm using Rocky. Whenever I use him for healing, it's always for the person that I'm healing. Okay? So always don't be spiteful, don't be greedy, okay? Don't be selfish with it. Use their goods, use their energy to help mankind. And the universe smiles on us and we get those brownie points from heaven. So if you've liked today, please share it. Please donate below if you've just learnt something. Go out and get the Crystal Bible. I'll just show it again. What's her name? Judy Hall. I know a lot of people that have got it and they all stand by it. So there's heaps of stuff in there. I just like looking at all the crystals in there. Seriously, they're gorgeous. So there you go. How to use them, how to buy them, how to get them. Love your work. Talk to you all soon. Bye.